Joined by football agent Rachel Anderson, who's also celebrating that win last night. But Rachel, you're very much a woman in a man's world. You deal with the men's game. Do you wish sometimes the women's game was a bit bigger here so you get more involved in that?
Would be nice, absolutely. There'd be more clients. That would be it's always good. But we're a little way off from that.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Well, the infrastructure's not there yet. You know, we don't see national football teams, women's football teams on TV. You know, we see the international games, but we don't see anything else yet.
Yes, but the World Cup has had coverage on the BBC. Granted, It's one of BBC Three, but that next match against Canada in Canada is going to be on BBC One on Saturday night, Sunday morning. OK, so 12:30 in the morning, but even so, that's a step up, isn't it?
Well, it's a step in the right direction, for sure, yes. And depends what audience they get. I'm sure the next time it'll be even bigger. And the more successful the team is, and of course, it stands to reason they'll get more coverage. It's an awful chicken and egg.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. And the women are playing catch-up, not with men's football, they're playing catch-up in sport. You know, it's a standalone sport.
In general.
They are, yes.
One of the things like cycling, we've seen them catching up. We've had the women's tour in Britain the past week, and some of the best women's cyclists in the world have been racing that, and it's been a quality sporting spectacle. Surely it's the same with the Women's World Cup. I mean, the winning goal last night was an absolute belter.
Any person, even a man, would have been pleased with that.
Yeah.
They would have done. But it's not an Olympic sport, is it? And we need to get women's football on the Olympic stage. You know, we've had cycling for a while, so if we had that, I'm sure it would give everybody a little bit of a leg up with the sponsors, etc.
I mean, I know Norway, who they beat, have been one of the sort of powerhouses of women's football, as have the USA. It's funny, the Norwegian women's football team have been sending themselves up. They've done a video, it's worth searching for online if you can find it, saying that they don't understand offside. It'd be easier if there were two goalkeepers protecting them. They get that people perhaps have this old-fashioned view of football that they really shouldn't have anymore, don't they?
They do, and they're very clever at sending themselves up. And but it does really, you know, I can't emphasise enough how women's football should be a standalone sport, and it doesn't do women's football, any good at all to compare it with the men. You know, they can't compare with the men. It's totally different. The
men's under-21s are currently in action in the Euros, and they are seeking inspiration from the women, which goes, well, it says something, doesn't it?
Well, men always have, so that's OK.
Thank you very much indeed. I'll take my cue there.